As some European Americans have become sensitive to the ways they have treated or mistreated non-European Americans throughout our history, to say nothing of inhabitants of other countries, these European Americans have tried to find ways to make it up to their fellow Americans. One obvious area needing repair has been education. African Americans and Aboriginal Americans especially have been assigned to separate and inferior schools. We've tried to improve a few of their schools. We have tried to integrate the schools. We have tried to find ways to expedite their admission to elite schools. This has been the mission of Sherry Rosen Mason at the elite New England private prep school, where she's the director of admissions in Joshua Harmon's play Admissions, currently in the studio at the Repertory Theater of St. Louis. Her husband Bill, who is the headmaster at the school, brings wine to celebrate her having raised to 15% the number of non-Europeans in the incoming class, up from the usual number that hovered around 10%. Their son Charlie, however, is not in a celebratory mood. Charlie is a senior at his parents' school, and he's applying to colleges. So is his best friend, whose parents are also on the faculty. Charlie's friend has already received his admission to Yale. Charlie has not. He's been waitlisted. The friend's mother, a good friend of Charlie's mother, is European American. His father is African American. Is that why the friend got into Yale and Charlie hasn't? The arguments on both sides, or several sides, about what is fair and what isn't, what is owed to those who have been denied an equal start in life, and who should make a sacrifice so those others get a chance, are arguments we've been hearing for some years now in newspaper editorials, magazine articles, courtrooms, political speeches, polemical tracts. But in the play Admissions, they are not about abstract numbers or an undifferentiated mass of people. They are about individuals, a person who is proud of the increased diversity she's created, a person who feels that he's been shoved aside in order to create diversity. This is no detached argument about numbers. This is a bitterly emotional argument that is tearing a family apart. Charlie is incredibly articulate and incredibly bold in calling his parents out. You have to admire him whether you agree with him or not. At the Rep, the intensity and drive of Tom Neiman's Charlie holds you spellbound. As his father, R. Ward Duffy, can be equally intense, but he usually tries to modulate his tone to appear the reasonable and concerned father. As Charlie's mother, Sherry, Henny Russell splendidly juggles her roles as administrator, mother, wife, and peacemaker. One of the administrator's burdens is her assistant, Roberta, older and struggling to deal with this diversity thing. It's hard for her because, she proudly asserts, I don't see color. Barbara Kingsley continually delights as she garrulously struggles to be accommodating and to make sense of it. Sherry also must deal with the rupture in her friendship with her colleague Ginny, split by the suspicion, or the fear that there might be a suspicion, that her son made it into Yale because he checked the minority box on the application. Kate Udall sensitively plays Ginny's pain and anger. Bill Clark Sett smartly accommodates this drama with Sherry's office blending into the kitchen and then the living room of her home. No confusion, but a steady flow of the action. Lou Bird designed the exactly right costumes, Nathan W. Scheuer the lighting, and Rusty Wandall the character illuminating sound. You may have heard these arguments before, but never so deeply rooted in an individual. Stephen Wolfe directed, and it is very good theater.
It is, and it's should be said how funny it is. It's a very serious topic, but the author found a lot of humor in it.
Yes, very true, very true.